Today is a great, wonderful, amazing, incredible day, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a Sweden Day, but not just a Sweden Day, but a Sweden Cultural Learning Day. Jante Law, the laws that really rule in Scandinavia. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. Let's go. Before we get into this video, hello guys, it's been a while. It's been like 2 weeks. The reason why I've been away, I feel like I need to explain this. I've been in Sweden. I was in Sweden for like a week. Guys, I was in Sweden. That's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not going to spoil it. As much as I really want to tell you guys what my experience was like, what I liked, what I found weird, what I didn't like. There was not much I didn't like, but yeah, I want to but the vlogs are coming soon. So I've got loads of footage of my vlogging my journey in Sweden and exploring, and I just need to edit it. It takes a long time, guys. There's so much footage. So basically, I've been recouping from coming back from Sweden, and I've moved as well. Oh, so many things we need to talk about, guys. I've moved, as you can see. Well, you probably get, maybe you can see a little bit. My environment's different. I don't even live in the same city. I'm in the same county, but yeah, a lot's been going on. So this is why I've been gone for a while. But one thing I did want to do is this video, Jante Law. This is the reason why I want to do this video, because I experienced this in Sweden, or I think I did. And this is why I'm watching this video. So let's get into this video. Let's go.
Jante Law is a set of rules that supposedly dictates how you should behave.
In society, right?
You're not to think...
you say Jante Law. It's Jante Law, not Jante Lagen. I think I said Lagen. Laven.
You're anything special.
You mustn't think you are good at anything.
Thou shalt not think you are better than me.
You're not to think you can teach us anything.
Everyone knows what it is, and they know what they should do if they want to fit in. And they also know what will happen if they don't fit in.
It's a way of socially stigmatizing people that break the rules.
And maybe there is something in that that has created these incredibly successful societies.
I agree. Wow, okay, I got so much to talk about. So basically, I feel like I might have experienced a little bit of this. The reason why I say this is because when I went to Sweden, clearly I went there for a reason. I went to experience Sweden. I went to learn about the culture, go for the first time, and I've been learning about Sweden for the past 2 years. So when I went, I was like, I need to vlog this entire journey, or as much as I can. And I've never vlogged before. I've never been on camera before in public. And I think I chose the most difficult country to do it in. I just feel like I chose the most difficult country to vlog in. And I think it has a bit to do with the law of Jante. Because I felt like me with a camera in my face, talking, hey guys, and walking around, was drawing attention to me in Sweden, where Swedish people, you guys, tend to be quite, not only are you quite individualistic in a lot of ways and very independent, but you're also collective as a society. It's a very strange, it's lovely, it's like different. Like you have a collective way of thinking. You have a collective non-verbal way of communicating, of knowing what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do in Swedish society. Does that make sense? So you know the rules. You know where to stand on a train. You know how to cross a road in a certain way, to not draw attention to yourself. Don't play music out loud in public. Don't do this, don't do that. Stand up and move when there's an elderly person coming to sit down on the seat. We have those in our societies, but I felt in Sweden, maybe a little bit more pronounced. And especially when it comes to not, I think part of the law of Jante is not to see yourself as better than anyone else. Now, I feel like I fit into Swedish society because that's very much me. I'm quite an insular person. Apart from when I'm talking to you guys and I'm on YouTube, I'm quite like an extroverted introvert. So when I'm out in public, I like to keep myself to myself. I just go about my day. I go to where I need to be, and then I come back. That's what I'm like. But when I was in Sweden, I had to be an extrovert in public, and I had a camera in my face, and I was taking videos and photos, and it's really out of my character to do that in public. And I found it very difficult just in general, and I think I would have found it difficult anywhere in the world. However, in Sweden, I found it particularly difficult because I stood out. And also the feeling of putting a camera in your face is that a feeling of self-importance, or I felt like I was projecting this self-importance to everyone else. And yeah, I felt the energy. I felt like, oh, I don't want to stand out. But anyways, we'll continue watching. I don't know. Yeah. And it might not be the law of Jante. It might be in my head. It might just be because I'm not used to vlogging. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there is no Scandinavian utopia, but to the extent that there is one, I'm sure that Jante Law is a part of it, because what people often fail to realize is that you can't have it both ways. Complete individuality, where everyone just ignores the rules and still have a harmonious, equal society. It doesn't work that way, so you get to choose.
Wary of breaking the law. I don't think it says that almost every Scandinavian child grows up wary of breaking the law, breaking the Jante Law. I think not every Swedish person knows what the Jante Law is, but every Swedish person is aware of that unspoken thing you do in Swedish or Scandinavian society. Does that make sense? So it's like an unspoken law. That's what I get from that.
I've felt it a lot of times, and I think most people do.
The cosmopolitan Scandinavians love to say, Jante Law, that's something for the people out in the provinces, but it exists in every city as well. And that affects the choice of cars that people buy, it affects how they dress, it affects how they behave.
Dress. I'll say one thing about you Swedes. Oh my God. And I'll go more into that shit in another video, but you guys dress really well. Well, there's a lot of Swedish people that dress really well. Very clean, but we'll go into it. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I do like the way you dress. But I will in another video, I'll go into that.
The British society has a class distinction where you can do a lot of things because you're rich or because you have a background.
Absolutely,
Whilst Jante Law is trying to say, no, you can't, because we're a lot of people here and we get to decide the rules, not you alone.
See, that's the difference there, because we do have a class system in our society, and it means if you are more well-to-do, if you have more money, you can be a little bit more flashy, you can do certain things in society, you can be treated differently due to your class. So that is ingrained into British culture, and I very much have that probably within my culture of the class system. And maybe people in society in England do look down upon people that are from a lower class system. We have, slurs for people that are in a lower class system. Don't know if you've heard of the slur chav, C-H-A-V, which is kind of an acronym for council housing and violence. So that's like social housing, people that are on social housing, people that are from certain poorer backgrounds that maybe there's more criminality in where they're from. People get looked down upon for being in those parts of society and also get called that slur, or that's a chav. They're a chav, that drunk person, they're a chav, they're chavvy. That's, and it's bad. Even middle class people in British society use that term as well. Whereas I think what it's saying in Swedish society, it's looked down upon to look at someone as being less than you. That's looked down upon. So the law of Jante is that you don't want to look at someone else and think you're better than them, regardless of where they are, their social standing is in society, which I think is really, really great. Is really a positive thing. So, yeah. I don't know where it came from.
Jante Law started off as a work of fiction.
I think it's translated as a fugitive, a fugitive crosses his tracks.
As a satire on small-town Scandinavia in the 1930s. It was part of a novel by Axel Sandermoser.
This is Axel, this is my grandmother, and here is one of the mistresses.
Written and illustrated a biography of her family.
He's my grandfather, and he was an author. He was drinking a lot. He was not very nice to his children and wives. And here is Axel when he heard the name Jante.
He called the town Jante, but it was based on Nykøbing. He thought about the mentality that he felt there was there and crystallized it in this concept of Jante Law. Anything you do that seems out of the ordinary or ambitious or not conforming would be sort of punished by the community looking down on that.
Wow.
Now, he meant it as a satire. Over time, over the decades, it's almost become like an informal Scandinavian Ten Commandments. The satire aspect has almost been forgotten, and people kind of think it is how they should behave.
Wow. Interesting that it was satire. It was meant as it wasn't serious, but maybe there were some truths about it, and maybe it was him just holding a mirror up to that particular place in Sweden. And maybe that is just kind of the Swedish way anyways. Not everyone likes that, however, and across Scandinavia there is a shift away from the Jante Law. Let me know in the comment section if you noticed a shift from that way of being, that kind of rigid, maybe a little bit rigid way of being, collectivism. Let me know in the comment section.
I want to do my own stuff in my own way and not being like labeled as an outcast. You're not like any other girls. You're not like typical Norwegians. Like, no, we're not.
Sassy009 are a Norwegian band who have spoken out against Jante Law. So it is a thing. It's a thing that you are aware of.
I think it can become sort of a prison because you don't encourage greatness.
How many people would want to belong to a vision like that?
And in Norway, they even made a grave for Jante Law and declared it dead. Wow. It's the thing. It's the thing, guys. I felt it. I thought in my head, maybe it was in my head, I felt it. And I think it's more with the older generation. I'll give you a scenario, and I will talk about this more when I talk. I'm going to do a video on basically my experience of Sweden, you know, a list of things I noticed and all that. But I'll give you one scenario that I really felt like I was feeling it. So it was when I was vlogging, and I was walking down the street, and I was vlogging. Mind you, I had my camera up. It's a very small, tiny DJI kind of handheld camera, very, very tiny. And I had it up and I was speaking, and I got to a zebra crossing. I was behind 3 people, so there wasn't just me. There was 3 people in front of me, and there was me by myself. We by the zebra crossing, a car starts pulling up. They started crossing because the car slowed down, and they started crossing, then I started crossing. And as I started crossing and I had my camera and I was speaking and I was walking across the road, the gentleman in the car, can't really call him a gentleman, the guy in the car decided to press down on his accelerator, guys. Press down on his accelerator to try and hit me or try to scare me, and he jolted forward and then gave me like a look. And I was like, what did I do? It's in the vlog. I think it's in the vlog. Yeah, it's in the vlog because I didn't point the camera at him or anything, but it's in the vlog, you'll see. And I was like, what's going on? Like, he tried to hit me with his car on purpose. And I was like, it was so weird. Now, he could just been an asshole. He could just been a dick, just for the sake of being a dick. But I really felt like it had something to do with the fact that I was filming myself. I felt like he didn't like the fact that I was filming myself. Now, it could be because I'm filming myself and I'm crossing a road. However, I was on a zebra crossing and there were people in front of me also crossing, and we were crossing almost together. I was behind them. But part of me feels as if it was also, he thought, oh, he's a bit of a dickhead. Look at him filming himself and talking to himself on a camera. Who does he think he is? It was that energy that I got from him, because I didn't quite understand why he tried to put the gas on his car and tried to hit me. It was strange. And that's only one incident where I felt like, oh, I felt it a little bit. Obviously, I have the looks and stuff because I was filming, but anyone's going to have looks. But I also had another incident on... I had a few incidents there. And I'll talk about them in another video. But I do feel like, especially because I was vlogging and I was standing out and I was being different from everyone else, I did feel like there was a kind of... maybe I'd have less of that in maybe another country. I know in America, I don't think anyone would care. In Britain, I would get a few looks, but it would be like, whatever. But Sweden, I did get some disapproving looks, like... But not everyone. Let's just put it that way. But I think I chose one of the most difficult countries to do some vlogging. But anyways, let's continue.
Jante Law is something that we're stuck with inside of us.
I think it's always there.
That kind of way of thought may well simply be so deeply embedded. Maybe it won't go away.
The interesting thing, I think, is that every society has those social stigmas.
The great thing about Jante Law is it forces you to think about what those unspoken rules might be. That,
you know, he said in law that every society has the social stigmas. It's exactly what I was talking about with the UK and having our class system, which is very unique to the UK, and a lot of people may not understand how deeply ingrained our class system is in the UK, because it's unspoken. It's unspoken. The classistness, even down to the way that we speak. So for you guys, you probably listen to me and you're like, oh, he sounds very English. Maybe you think I sound quite articulate, because the English accent, pretty much all the English accents sound kind of well spoken, I think. However, in England, my accent, because my accent's a northern accent, actually people look down upon my accent a bit more, because it's not RP, it's not royal pronunciation, it's not the southern way of speaking. Basically, accents are also classified in classes in the UK. But anyways, this is not about the UK. But what I'm trying to say, each society has its own rules and ways to be and the ways to navigate society. Do you know what I mean? When I was in Thailand, they have their own rules, like their own ways of being. Like, they always smile because it's the thing to do. It's the land of smiles. They'll smile and be polite. They also, I don't want to generalize, but they tend to, what I like to call, save face or lie. They will lie. They won't tell you they can't do something. They'll say that they won't tell you. So you could go into a shop. So this is for an example. In Thailand, I went into a shop and I asked the store clerk, do you have, I saw something online that I wanted, and I was like, do you have this in stock? And he was like, no, we don't have that. We don't have it in stock. His first instance was to tell me, no, we don't have it, because he didn't know where in the shop that item was. So rather than let me down and say, not just let me down, but he didn't want to look like he didn't know. So he said, no, we don't have it. I went walking around the store and I found the item that I was looking for. In Thai culture, they would rather lie to you than to disappoint you and show you that they don't know something. Does that make sense? I know it sounds really weird, but again, that's what I mean. Each society has this weird cultural thing. Thai people tend to lie first to save face. And then sometimes you'd have to ask multiple Thai people the same question, and then someone will tell you something completely different. So you have to get multiple opinions. But that's what they do in their society in order to, save face. It's so hard to explain because it's cultural. Just like the Jante Law is probably really hard to explain to a lot of people as well, unless you've been to Sweden, which I have, and I experienced it. Sorry guys, I'm on a rant. Like, I've got so much to say and I'm holding it back because I've been to Sweden now. So yeah.
That govern your life. And so there's the first road to freedom and getting away from those rules.
What you should do is choose those that make the better society, and those janteloven that we have, which is you shouldn't think you're better than everyone else, is probably the best way of organizing a society.
If you could click your fingers right now and Jante Law would all go away, would you do it?
No.
Wow. Yeah, because it is positive that in its simplest form, you shouldn't feel like you're better than anyone else. You shouldn't treat other people differently because of who they are. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. But then it extends to you shouldn't stand out. You shouldn't dress differently. You shouldn't be too loud and outspoken if people are being quieter. You shouldn't, do you know what I mean? It can become toxic. Do you know what I mean? Even though there's a beautiful way of Jante, I think, and then there's a bit where it could be a little bit toxic. And I think that's more, no offense if you're an older person, but maybe in the older generation, it's that law is probably a little bit more potent. I think the younger people are a bit more fluid with it, but I definitely felt the disapproving looks in Sweden when I was vlogging. But yeah, and I wasn't being that loud, but hey. Anyways, guys, yeah, I've been to Sweden. I was there for a week. I only came back a couple of days ago. So I have a lot of content. I'm so excited to share with you the vlog. I've got a lot of editing to do, like a lot. So you're gonna have to bear with me. The vlog will be first, bad English. It will be on Patreon first. I promised the Patreon lot that they would get the vlog first, and they will. And then, once I've finished editing it meticulously, you guys will get it on YouTube. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to just to share my journey. I know what you're gonna say when you see the vlog. I didn't go to everywhere in Sweden. I had 7 days. Your cities are hard to explore because there's a lot. They're bigger than I thought, and I didn't get to see even a fraction of what I wanted to see, even in the big cities. Never mind going to these smaller towns. So I've already in my head realized I need to visit Sweden at least 4 times. I need to do this. I need to do the cities again to see the things that I didn't get to see. I need to go to all the Sherpings. Is it just Sherpings? I call them the Sherpings because you got lots of Ling Sherping and different. Is it Sherping? I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. I need to see all those little towns. I need to go to the north of Sweden. I need to see the north. I need to see winter. I need to go at Christmas. I need to see Christmas. I need to have that feel, the shorter nights. Sorry, the longer nights and the shorter days. I need to see the islands. I didn't get to any of the islands in Sweden. Like, I've got a lot to see. And then even putting that aside, I need to see Finland. So, yeah. I've got like, yeah. I need to go back to the region multiple times. And because I absolutely loved it, spoiler alert, I'm definitely coming back. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Got a lot to say, you can tell. My mind's like, I just got back from Sweden. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Until the next one, I will see you very soon.